very exciting day for us here in Cologne. We're going to announce today that we are going to have our entire passenger vehicle range electrified by mid-2026. What we mean by that is all electric, all plug-in hybrid across the range.
And all electric for passenger cars by 2030?
That is correct, yes.
And tell us about commercial vehicles. I know you're a big manufacturer of those. They're obviously bigger vehicles. They go longer distances. You can see some obvious challenges there with the electrification strategy. What's your target there?
Well, Samantha, we're the #1 brand in Europe for commercial vehicles. We have been for 6 consecutive years. And we're going to electrify or have electrified options on the entire range by the end of 2024. And we expect 2/3 of our sales to be electrified by 2030. Again, all electric or plug-in hybrid vehicles. So all in on both passenger and commercial vehicles.
Now that's quite a seismic shift for the business, a massive investment, as I was mentioning earlier, $22 billion. How are you funding that?
Yeah, so $22 billion globally, and obviously a significant piece of that here in Europe. That's going to be funded through cash flow from operations. Our business is healthy. We've been recovering strongly in Europe as we've turned around our operations here over the last 2 years. So very exciting day for us here in Port of Europe.
And you're standing there talking to us in Cologne. That is going to be the centre of your electrification in Europe. Why Germany? Why not the UK?
So, yes, I'm here in Neil Assembly Plant in Cologne. This has been our home in Germany now for over 90 years. And this is the first plant that we're going to electrify here in Europe, building an all-electric vehicle from 2023. Obviously, the UK, hugely important market for us as well. And our team in Dunton will be contributing strongly, leading the engineering of our commercial vehicles, including the electrification of those products.
So we will see the manufacture of those cars coming off the conveyor belts in the UK as well.
So we produce powertrains in the UK, and we have our engineering centre and our headquarters for our commercial vehicle business in Dunton in southeast Essex. So we don't produce vehicles, but it's a very important part of our overall operation.
The race is on, isn't it? You're not the first big automotive company to make an announcement like this. The race is on to really get there with the electrification of your vehicles. It's also on to develop better batteries. They're still very expensive, aren't they? A fully electric car, even a mid-size one, is very expensive for people. How do you get a mass market electric car to be affordable and make any money on it?
Well, you're right, Samantha. The European region is really leading the way in the electrification of our industry. And obviously, as we invest heavily, not only Ford, but the entire industry, as part of that, we will be bringing down costs as we establish scale and move into the more volume parts of the market. But our objective is to make these products affordable for everybody so that everybody can come on this journey with us.
And with your electrification programme, how does that change, if at all, your requirement for labour and the skills of the people that you employ?
Yeah, so it's obviously a huge transition for Ford and the entire industry as we move from conventional powertrains, engines, transmissions to batteries. So we've worked very closely with our social partners here in Germany, but also in the UK and in Spain, to manage that transition in an appropriate way. And we get great support. It's a big change, and we've made good progress already, but we have more work still ahead of us.
Do you see job losses as a result?
We'll continue to resize our operations. We've been able to make the changes we need to make so far on a voluntary basis, and that remains our objective as we go forward.
OK, so you're not ruling out more job losses then?
Yeah, we would expect to see some continued descaling in our European operations as we make this transition. That's correct.
Can you give us an idea of percentage of workforce?
No, we're not. We're not sharing that. Over the last 2 years, we reduced our workforce in Europe by about 20% or 10,000 people, and we continue to work with our social partners first to have those discussions and make sure we make these changes in a very
Okay, and Stuart, I've got to ask you, I mean, I know that you welcomed the 11th hour trade deal, the Brexit trade deal. You're opening, or you're focusing your efforts for this latest strategy in Germany. What has the reality been for you as an exporter since the trade deal?
Yeah, so well, we absolutely welcome the FTA between the UK and the EU, as well as, importantly for us, between the UK and Turkey. What that has meant is we've been able to continue to sell our vehicles free of tariffs across the range. We've seen some, I would say, minor delays on getting aftermarket parts into the UK, but we're working closely with customers to make sure that we speed that up. But we're very pleased with the outcome, and to both the EU and the UK for reaching those agreements.
All right, but still a bit of friction that you're acknowledging there. And finally, front page of the FT today, talking about employers in the UK perhaps moving to a contract basis with their workforce. No jab, no job. I just wanted to get your perspective on that.
Yes, I mean, our point of view, Samantha, is that it's a personal choice. We will educate, we'll encourage employees to take up the opportunity for a vaccine, but we don't intend to mandate it.